everyone receive is a reflection of us.
Welcome. Governments. Not the best of talking points, I agree, but in Australia of late, they've talked more about social media bans for the under 16s, the gateway to digital identification. And it's become quite an interesting subject. Because when you look at it, this social media ban has got nothing to do with the children. It's about creating a portal in which one must provide who they are to know that they are of age. It is Australia selling Australia to the highest bidder. These so-called puppets in charge, they are not here for the people. They are no longer who they are. They are being controlled. Digital ID is disguised as protection, but it is just a way of harnessing all your data and controlling your output. It's one of those things that if you can see it for what it is, it's harmful. It's controlling you under disguises and masks as another. It turns into the social credit system like China has. It isn't good for anyone. Teenagers just now live in a life where they're having to prove or being told no. They live a life of yes and no, that yes man type scenario. It is the illusion of care. We care for you. But no government body or political party should ever step foot in anyone's home. Let's make that clear. They are not worthy, not privileged. They should be focusing on fixing potholes and street signs and planting more trees, but instead they're concerned about what people are watching. It's fascinating. Actually, I saw a post where people were saying they're banning these kids under 16 for TikTok and YouTube and Facebook, but they're not banning them for Pornhub or these sites that they can easily be manipulated. It's ridiculous. It shows their agenda, their marketing ploy where they're paying foreign countries to own us. Australia's going down a deep and dark path. It really is sad to see. But sometimes, as I've said, we have to let it fall. We have to let it hit home where people start to realize what the hell's going on. But I think to myself and I say, well, is this actually a good thing? Could there be the shining light in this story? Perhaps. Think about it. We spend our daily lives on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube and all of these. And there's not much wrong with YouTube at the moment. It's pretty good. It's helping me get my message across. But let's say they do introduce this, and it requires everyone to have a proof of ID, then what next? Well, what that means is for those people who do not take part, for I and you do not consent to these new laws or bills being passed, digital ID is not comprehensible in my mind. It eradicates and burns and melts away into the ether. So we don't enter, we don't place our consent, and we don't use. It focuses the shift on humankind to be more connected to community, to nature, to do other things with their time. So think about it. Sometimes you have to let it burn because they don't see the fact that all the real people who choose to ignore and disobey will not use it. They will create their own, a new environment, a new world, where we can have it. YouTube version 2. Maybe going back to the way that Facebook and MySpace used to be. Connected for family and friends. Not turned into some type of control and puppetry of who has the highest dollar. So we go back to those things. The higher spirituality, the blessing of light codes in using technology for its purpose. We step outside of the system and banish it altogether. No more facial scans or biometric IDs storing our information without our consent. It's a form of rebellion, yes, but it's sacred. It's the act of opting out without paying the price. So it gives you the option. And if you can treat it like that, you can see it that if you choose to be a part of that, you're doing it willingly. But you can opt out. You can walk out. And that's the strength. That's the choice that you have. If you accept them, you are following the blind. But you are also giving them your consent. And they know this. This is why they do it. And this is why we stand up and say, you can introduce this, sure, whatever. But I will find ways to make my life better and workarounds. Because that's who I am. I don't follow your lead, your trends, or your digital ID. I don't follow your laws on immigration or policies, because what you are a puppet. And we are the true blessings of this world. And I will not let my children suffer or anyone suffer around it. This is the attitudes we must say. So can it be seen for good? Absolutely. It's all how you view the situation from an open mind. That doesn't mean that it doesn't suck. It does. Living in the world is hard enough. But sometimes it's when people pay attention to this. We create the problem because we focus so much on how much negativity and hate that it has without assessing it and seeing the beauty of what it can create. And in that moment, we transcend it. We diffuse it. We alchemize it into what it needs to be, love. And that is the beauty of it. That is what we need to see from this, because the more hatred, as discussed, that we have for these people, the more they thrive. The more we dissociate ourselves to their plan, the more we thrive. And that's the beauty of it. So it is with that, I leave you with peace and love. Take care.